Ray. Ray, we got you on, Ray. Good morning, and how are you, sir?
Good morning, gentlemen. I'm still learning as well. Mr. Fuller, if you can remember, what was the name of the mountain you were at in Japan when you began thinking about racism, white supremacy, and are you any way influenced by the code of the samurai?
Okay, I'll answer the first question because I understand it better. What was the name of the mountain? I have no idea. Japan is full of mountains, like many places. But Japan is very, very mountainous. There's a lot of flat land, but there are a lot of mountains in Japan. And one thing I noticed the first time I went to Japan, and that was first during the Korean conflict. I was in the Army at that time. When I came back to Japan the second time, I was in the Air Force. So I've been in two branches of the military. But the second time in the Air Force, and also the first time in the Army, one of the first things I noticed, I was kind of jarred by it because I'd never seen it, is the landscape. Is that everything was there were so many mountains, and that the mountains had terraces, you might say. And I wanted to know immediately, why is the mountain shaped like that? They got these, and it's man-made thing, made by people rather, and they said, oh, those are rice paddies. They grow a lot of rice in Japan, but they don't have the flat land to do it and harness the water. So since they got all these mountains, and so they're going to use every inch of land that they possibly can find, because they got a lot of people here. They got to be fed, and they got to have products. So they terrace the land in such a way. They have these terraces, like what do you call it? Balconies, you might say, all the way around the mountain, and so that's where you grow your rice. You harness the water so that the water doesn't get away, doesn't roll off the mountain, which water will do. It'll go right down the mountain if you don't find some way to put barricades around it. So that's the thing that I noticed. So I was just on top of one of the mountains that didn't have terraces, and it was way up above the clouds, but I never knew the name of the mountain. The most famous mountain, one of the first things I saw in Japan, was Mount Fuji. And you can see that. I saw it first time I saw it was from a rail car on my way to Tokyo. So I never knew the name of the mountain that I was on because it was a radar site. But I was way up, and it was dead quiet. And I could look out the window of that radar site where I was in the supply room, which is where I was, and look down at the clouds. I was up so high. It took us hours to get up there, going round and round the mountain. That's the way the road had to go. I mean, in a spiral to get up the mountain by truck. And it was dangerous. The roads, they weren't very wide. And you got higher and higher. You have to really know how to be an excellent truck driver to get up there and get down to flat land safely.
Okay.
Now, the second question I didn't get.
Yeah, let me see if I can get him in here. Wait a minute, there you go. Ray, what was that second question you asked? Something about a samurai?